guys, welcome to Cooking with Taz. So who's up for making the most delicious Italian dessert, tiramisu? So tiramisu means pick me up in Italian. It is indeed one of the most delicious, most heavenly dessert that will just melt into your mouth. If you have all the key ingredients, you will be able to make the best tasting tiramisu in your own kitchen. So the key ingredients are mascarpone cheese, ladyfinger cookies, and espresso. So mascarpone cheese is available at most of the grocery stores. It will be found at the cheese aisle, and ladyfinger cookies are also available at most grocery stores or at gourmet stores. Espresso, I have used Nescafe Gold Espresso. So this is the espresso powder. So if you cannot get hold of espresso powder, you can use strong coffee instead. After you buy all these ingredients, making this dessert is pretty easy. So this is a no-bake dessert. So all we have to do is we need to first cream the mascarpone cheese. Then we need to cook the egg yolks using double boiling method, and then whip the egg whites, and we will be also using whipped cream. So it's just the matter of making the cream filling, and after that we'll be layering the ladyfinger cookies that's dipped in espresso, and then we'll be forming 4 layers. And that's all. After that, so this dessert has to be chilled in the refrigerator for a few hours, overnight the better, and it will taste delicious. So are you guys ready? Let's get started. Here are the ladyfinger cookies, and I got this from an Italian bakery. So for making this tiramisu, we'll be using around 20 ladyfinger cookies. So now if you cannot find these cookies, not a problem. You can also use sponge cake or pound cake. A key essential ingredient for making this dessert is mascarpone cheese. So you need to have this cheese. There is no replacement for this one. You cannot use any other cheese. So this is available at most of the grocery stores. So do check out the cheese aisle and you will find this. So first let's cream the mascarpone cheese in a stand mixer using the paddle attachment. So if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use electric hand mixer. Let's add 8 ounces or 226 grams of mascarpone cheese to a stand mixer bowl. So to cream this cheese, I'm using paddle attachment. So at medium speed, beat it and let it turn smooth and creamy. After the cheese has creamed well, using a spatula, scrape down the sides, and this will ensure even mixing. After that, let's cream the cheese for a couple more minutes till it has turned smooth. Next step is to separate 2 eggs. So I'm going to separate the egg yolks first into a bowl and then add the egg whites into another bowl. I have this egg separator, but I always feel using my hand is much easier. So I also use my hands to pull the egg whites and separate the yolks from it. So make sure there are no traces of egg yolks in the egg whites. So separate it well in 2 different bowls. Next, let's cook the egg yolks using double boiling method. So take the egg yolks in a heat-proof glass bowl and using a whisk combine it well. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of granulated white sugar. So in the saucepan, I've taken some water, placed over medium heat, and let the water come to a rolling boil. So the steam from the water will help to cook the egg yolks. So keep stirring, is very important. that we keep stirring the egg yolks using the whisk until the color turns pale yellow. So this will take about 5 minutes. So this is a great workout for our arms. So keep stirring. After 3 minutes of cooking, this is how the egg yolks look like. So we need to cook for a couple more minutes. After 5 minutes, the color has changed. It has become really pale yellow. So this is the kind of consistency we need. So this is perfect. So I'm going to take the bowl out of the saucepan and keep it aside. Add the cooked egg yolks to the creamed mascarpone cheese. Using a spatula, combine it well till well incorporated. So as you combine, you will notice the cheese and egg yolks mixture will turn very silky and smooth. So keep combining for 3 to 4 minutes. Now that's the well combined egg yolks and mascarpone cheese mixture. Next, I'm going to add whipped cream around 1 cup. So this is store-bought already whipped cream. So if you have heavy whipping cream, you can make whipped cream out of it. Just using an electric hand mixer, beat it till soft peaks are formed. So again, combine really well into the cheese and egg mixture. So as you can see, the cheese filling has turned very silky and smooth. Next, let's whip the egg whites. So here are the 2 egg whites we separated from the eggs. So add to a stand mixer bowl, and we need to use the whisk attachment to whip the egg whites. But if you have an electric hand mixer, use that. Beat the egg whites at high speed. The egg whites will start to turn foamy. So at this point, I'll be adding 2 tablespoons of granulated white sugar. So add the sugar and beat at high speed till soft peaks are formed. Here is the perfectly whipped egg whites. So let's turn off the stand mixer, and as I raise the whisk attachment, you can see the peaks are soft yet very firm. So this is what we need. Add the whisked egg whites to the cream mixture, and using a spatula, combine it really well. The cream filling for tiramisu is ready here. So look at the texture of this, so silky and smooth. It's just beautiful. So keep it aside. So next, let's make the espresso and start layering. For making espresso, I'm going to add 1 cup of lukewarm water into a bowl, and going to add 3 tablespoons of espresso powder. So this is the Nescafe brand. Now if you don't have espresso powder, you can use strongly brewed coffee. So combine it well without any lumps. Next, let's start layering or assembling the ladyfinger cookies and the cream filling. So you will need 8:8 inch deep dish. Right, so first I'm going to dip each of these ladyfinger cookies into the espresso mixture, and then make that as the bottom layer. So just dip it and take it out and form that as the bottom layer on the deep dish. So you don't have to soak it for long. You're just going to dip the ladyfinger cookie into the espresso and take it out. So I've used 8 to 10 cookies to form the first layer. As the second layer, let's spread half of the cream filling over the ladyfinger cookies. So spread it evenly over the cookies. Our second layer is done here. So smoothen the top of the cream filling. So next is our third layer. Again, we are going to make a layer of ladyfinger cookies dipped in espresso. And our fourth layer over the ladyfinger cookies, we are going to spread the remaining cream filling. This is just beautiful. So we have 4 layers right now. Let's top the cream filling with cocoa powder. So this is the unsweetened cocoa powder. So add the cocoa powder into a strainer and just top over the cream filling. So you can generously add the cocoa powder. Here is my favorite part, grating chocolate over the cocoa powder layer. So I didn't have a block of chocolate, I only had chocolate chips, so I'm grating that. Our beautiful tiramisu is ready here. So this has to be chilled in the refrigerator for at least 5 hours. So overnight the better. So I'm keeping this in the refrigerator. After 5 hours, I've taken the tiramisu out of the refrigerator. So next I'm going to cut it into squares. Here is the most delicious and heavenly Italian dessert, tiramisu. So guys, do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. If you have enjoyed this video, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more videos. Until then, happy cooking and bye!